Hello, you're listening to Reviewing History, your comedy history podcast. I'm filmmaker and teacher Brian Rupert, joined here by...
As always, Steve Becker.
And...
Chi.
Well.
Look who decided to show.
About damn time.
I return to you now with the turning of the tide.
Look at him.
Yeah. What a visit.
He does look a little more white than usual.
Yeah. He's been through it.
How was the Crusades?
Yeah, how you doing?
It was a blast. Yeah, I missed a few episodes, huh?
Yeah, part-time aunt. That's what
That's what they called me.
A lot of the fans were scared. They thought you were missing and gone completely.
I've had a harrowing couple of weeks.
We tried replacing you with a few others. It just didn't meld.
Yeah.
You need a lot of shoes. A lot of people to fill the shoes.
I am upset I missed Frank 5 because I do enjoy a nice Frank 5.
I love that you even texted me and you're like, I love Frank.
Frank 5 is one of my favorite, if not my favorite guest.
Wow.
Yeah, I love Frank 5.
That's
great.
high esteem.
Yeah. He's just a nice man.
Frank rules. No arguments here.
But
Brian's doing something.
Yeah,
and he didn't tell us that
walking
he's stopping.
away.
He's just like,
But yeah, so I missed that pig episode way back
doing?
when, a million years ago.
Oh, I know what he's doing.
And what the fuck are you doing?
He's got to do this.
Yeah.
Good
All right.
move.
Well, I missed that pig episode because I had the neurovirus. And
Do you know, like, were you diagnosed?
I know, but I got really sick
he had
at
a
work.
tummy ache.
I did not have a tummy
Couldn't
ache.
show.
It was a bit more serious than that.
A little gurgle.
I got sick at work. I vomited twice. And then I drove home and vomited 6 times on the drive home. It was the most unpleasant drive I've ever had.
You had to pull over? Or were you just like doing it in the passenger seat?
I kept having to pull over on the side of the highway. It took me 2 hours to get home. It's fucking brutal. My final vomit was right here in Airport Plaza parking lot. Yeah.
Did you like? Were you like, it's got to be Airport Plaza? Or
I was like, that's a safe place to just go vomit.
Was it next to Getham's car?
Maybe.
I would love Getham. Like, he wakes up in the morning. He's like,
if I wasn't like close enough to my house, I would have come in here and just like just vomited on the, and just made Getham take care of me. Yeah, it was a
help me, Getham.
bad couple of days, and then the following week when we recorded again, I had a death in the family. It's just been a brutal couple of weeks for me.
Yeah,
and my loved ones.
Well,
but,
now I'm gonna. Go ahead.
That's what you say.
Yeah, we're calling BS on you.
But
calling BS.
We went to your secret Facebook, and we actually got the video.
My secret Facebook.
Yeah, of where you really were while you were being a part timer, and we have proof because you cataloged everywhere you went.
Because it's easy to say that, like, oh, I was sick, or like, oh,
is that
I
me
have
as a
death of
flagellant?
So we found out that the
That's
Pope
me
was
as
sick.
a flagellant.
So we found out that you were going to Opus Dei.
Because you were upset about the Pope, so you were hurting yourself, and we got
and we got proof that because there's no cameras allowed, but they drew.
Yeah, they did sketch you.
They got to work on their legs.
Yeah, they're not good at sketching legs.
We did contact Rob Liefeld, to be fair.
Yeah. We found out that you were, traveling around town, specifically
during the Black Death.
Well, I
because
mean,
the Pope is sick.
The Pope is sick.
He was, yeah.
So he's better, just like you.
Yeah.
Your Opus Dei succeeded in saving the Pope.
You're saying I sacrificed, the skin off my back, and it was
Okay. Yeah.
And we told you that we were going to do a couple of movies, one about, Le Mans. And
Le Mans.
The race. And we found out that
you were training for it.
We were training for Le Mans. And we didn't know this, and we were shocked to see it because we're like, oh, we told them we were watching the movie, but it turns out you want to step further.
I like to know the material.
How they felt.
Yeah.
And you got so preoccupied and caught up, you couldn't make it back.
That's right. Yeah. It was a bad day at the airport in Paris.
I heard like 7,000 RPMs. I heard.
That's when it all happens.
Yeah.
Raise. And we found out that since you were visiting the Pope in the hospital.
He was kind enough to come visit me in my hour of need. Pope Francis. Thank you, Your Eminence.
Yeah. And then we told you we were going to do Kingdom of Heaven. And
you
really went far. You went a little too far.
Yes. So as you know, the best thing to do when you have a saw is to get in knight armor. It's gonna make everything. I don't know what it is. It's some kind of heavy weapon.
He just knows the sound it makes when it kills a man.
Right.
Yeah.
An infidel.
Yeah. As Anne went to retake the Holy Land.
Right.
And our fans were worried about you, but
I was worried you were going to
doing.
make it back, you know?
Yeah.
Israel likes to defend that place.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't want you to die. I'm glad you're back.
Yeah.
We all
are. You know, you were missed.
Thank you.
And your adventures were something.
I'm sorry I missed some shows.
No one is more sad than the listeners. All right. Let's get to some emails.
Yeah, let's jump right in. People have been wondering. This
email we said last time, but while you weren't here on the pick episode, but we specifically saved it for you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is from Stephen Bate. Masturbate.
Masturbate.
Yes. How do you get the title of master? I guess
it's just a young man.
Young man, right?
Well, you have a master's degree.
Yeah. Can I bequeath it to him so he can be masturbate?
He's masturbate. As long as he has a father.
Do you know the Tom Green movie?
Freddie Got Fingered?
No, Bob the Butler.
I didn't even know this existed.
It's like a kid's movie. It's like a shitty kid's direct-to-video movie.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it once. I was sick with like a fever. And like I watched it on like the on TV. I just threw it on,
there,
yeah. And
saw you on the TV.
And Tom Green becomes a butler for this like rich family. And
that's silly.
And Kirstie Alley is the mom, and obviously they fall in love.
But
one of the kids, they're the bait.
She's older than
him. Yeah, that time she was older too.
She's gotta be older.
Yeah, I don't know. They're the bait. Maybe it's not Kirstie Alley. Maybe it's Brooke Shields.
Oh.
Yeah. But they're the Bait family, and he calls the boy Masturbate. And he's like, this doesn't sound
nice.
Right. And that's Tom Green doing it. But anyway, this is from Stephen Bate. Guys, how good is Atonement by Opeth? Like, fuck me. It's sick. Keep up the good work. Love from Australia.
It's a great song.
Like, fuck me. It's sick.
That's the email you had to wait for me for?
I wanted your take on it.
Atonement's phenomenal.
I didn't think he would be satisfied if it wasn't you.
That whole album's great.
Which album is it?
That's oh my god. Isn't that My Arms Your Hearse? Let me double check. Oh my god.
My Arms Your Hearse? I thought it's like Ghost Rev.
Oh, you're right, it is Ghost Rev.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking Ghost Rev. Which song
is Ghost Rev one of your favorites?
Yeah, that album's amazing. When it came out, you
disliked it.
Didn't dislike it. I just didn't love it. And then as I got older, I learned to like worship that album.
Oh,
that was the tour I saw them for the first time on.
You gotta scoot towards me.
I saw them at Webster Hall on the Ghost Revelries tour.
Really?
Yes, and you had to be 18 or older to get in. I wasn't old enough yet.
You lied?
I lied, but then the bouncer at the door asked me how old I was, and he asked me when my birthday was, and I told him like a number that would have made me like 23. Like, and he was like, whatever. I had a ticket.
Yeah.
So it was like,
he's like, this isn't worth it.
Yeah. It's just so you couldn't drink. I think I was 17 or 16, something like that.
Really?
Yeah, I told him I was just stupid.
I'm 23.
37.
I didn't love the single off that.
Which is it?
Feel your power. What the fuck's the name of that song?
Yeah.
The Grand Conjuration.
Oh, you don't like the Grand Conjuration?
I do now. At the time, I was like, this is gay.
Really?
Yeah, I was this fucking dumb kid who's just like, it's new, so it's not as good as the old stuff.
Yeah. I think everyone like does that with like bands. Yeah. All right. Ready?
I don't know. Are we?
Dear Reviewing History.
Dear reader.
I'm Mike Duncan, and this is a warning.
Oh, shit.
I've come across...
Finally fucking pissed this guy off.
I've come across your history podcast, and while I appreciate anyone dedicated to making the past accessible...
The Mike and Co. history show.
I feel...
It's the worst fucking show ever.
I feel compelled to offer a word of caution. As someone who has spent years navigating the complexities of historical storytelling, I can tell you that this field is not for the faint of heart.
That's true.
Making it a comedy podcast is just an affront to the medium.
He's right. This really was a stupid idea.
History is
and our numbers reflect that.
History is a vast, intricate, and often unforgiving landscape.
That's why you have to make Martian fan fiction on the Revolutions podcast feed. What the fuck are you doing, Mike Duncan?
That is bizarre that he's doing that.
You know about this?
I know. Explain it. It's so weird.
It's just one day. He had a show. So he's famous for anyone who doesn't know. Mike Duncan is extremely famous for creating probably the greatest podcast of all time, which is The History of Rome, where he just, in like 20-minute increments over like 300 episodes, gives the entire history of the Roman Kingdom, Republic, Empire, everything. From fucking founding to fall.
Yeah.
Then he did Revolutions, where he did the same thing again, but with like the revolutionary period from like the English Civil War up to the Russian Revolution. Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Every revolution.
This guy is the master. Like, no one is better than him.
He's better than Dan Carlin?
He's better than Dan Carlin.
Didn't he get an honorary doctorate?
I don't know. But since Revolutions has ended, he's been making garbage. He does this show, the Duncan and Co. history show, where it's him and some girl and they babble and it's hard. It's just no. And then on the Revolutions feed, he's writing his own history of the Martian Revolution and putting it on the feed like it's part of the show. It's like, what are you doing? You're like tainting this thing. This thing's
now it has a fake thing.
Now it has a fake thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very weird to just be like, I'm going to write the fictional history of Mars.
I think it's a great idea. Don't put it on the Revolutions feed.
Yes.
You want to do like some creative thing. And I listened to the first one and I actually enjoyed it. Like, it's not bad.
He treats it like the way he does his other material.
He's doing his show, but it's about Mars. I'm in. That's actually interesting. Don't put it on the real show. Because now it's like, what is this? Like, imagine coming on like discovering the Revolution show, and now you got to wade through bullshit.
Yeah.
I almost feel that way about our channel sometimes because there's just too much crap on it instead of just the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But what are you gonna do?
All right.
Was that it? Was that
no? There's
email?
more.
Oh.
History is a vast, intricate, and often unforgiving landscape. It demands rigorous research, careful sourcing, and a deep sense of responsibility to avoid misinterpretation, bias, or perhaps worst of all, simplification. The weight of presenting history is not just about telling stories about Applebee's and fake ninjas.
He's right.
I take offense to that. I was not a fake ninja.
You're a real ninja.
I was a real ninja.
You'll be banned in the UK.
Yes. I did not have a sword. The audience will hold you accountable. The internet is full of experts, amateur historians, and critics eager to pounce on inaccuracies.
This is true.
A single misstep, an overlooked source,
get a midwit to yell at you in the comments section,
or an unsupported claim about Irish history will be called out immediately by at least one person.
Yes.
So before you continue, ask yourself, are you willing to put in the immense time and effort required for responsible history telling?
The answer to that is no.
Can you handle the scrutiny, the feedback, the full weight of big history on your shoulders? Can Jimmy and his juggalos really protect you from the middle-aged men who think an interest in Rome makes them historians?
Hey, the Juggalos contact us
isn't
from...
that you?
That's me. No, I don't think I'm a historian.
No,
I've never claimed to be that.
Steve has claimed you are.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm an amateur at best. I just like stuff.
An amateur historian is still a historian.
No, it's not. Yeah. I'm not an amateur historian. I'm just a guy with a show. I have a microphone in front of me. That's literally my qualification.
Guy with a mic.
That's all you need. That was from Kyle Jones. Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle.
Kyle.
Hello, Kyle.
All right. This is from Tim
Dylan?
Neely.
No, Tebow.
Tim Neely.
Tim Tebow. He kneeled.
He sent. This is kind of a weird email.
You know, what's new?
Just stay with me.
All right.
Dear Fun Bearable, you guys are my absolute favorite
That's
podcast.
not us.
Much better than reviewing history. I always tell them
You sent it to the wrong people.
I always tell them they are my fourth favorite podcast, but in reality, they don't even rank top 10. Don't tell them. I want to keep the illusion alive. Okay, I'm going to email them now, so keep up the good work. Dear Reviewing History. Hello, I was going to put this at the end of my last email, but
they do a bit.
Yeah. It's funny. Dear Reviewing History, hello, I was going to put this at the end of my last email, but I didn't want to make it too long. I really do appreciate you guys. Your humor, knowledge, and stories make this podcast a great listen to weekly. One thing I like is you guys are around my age, so you can make pop culture references I can understand. I love TESD, but sometimes they make some really dated references.
Too much Little House on the Prairie talk.
Yeah. I could never imagine Walt talking about Garrick or Star Trek in general. To end this email, I'll ask a question. Let's imagine Gedham somehow invents a time machine. The time machine allows you guys to bring one historical figure to the present each. So 3 times. So we each get one. Okay. Who are you bringing to the present, and how do you spend the day with them? I really do love you guys and hope I can continue to razz you for years to come.
Socrates, and I'm giving him edibles.
I'm saving Jesus from the crucifixion.
You can't do
that.
Why? I don't want him to die.
Technically, if you did, he'd come back here and he would be crucified anyway. They'd kill him anyway. Yeah.
You fuck with that, you're in trouble. How about Karl Marx? And we just spend the evening in a shallow grave.
So Steve is picking Socrates and getting him high. And
I just said it.
Oh, you want to? We can do that and kill Karl Marx, sure. Am I allowed to say Jesus or no?
I mean, you could. He's gonna get out of it. Like you're not gonna get one over on him.
I'm not trying. Maybe he'll like this. Maybe I want to stick around.
There was I don't know where it came from, but it was something going around like Twitter last week. And just somebody wrote something and it was like, I wish I could go back and like see Jesus like at the Sermon on the Mount or something. Yeah. And then it was someone else commenting. He'd look right at you and in perfect English just say, "You need to go home now."
That's funny. I just got a dumb historical question I could ask you.
Okay.
You want to go back to any time period, right?
Okay.
And become emperor over a large swath of territory.
We just did this.
No, this is different. Different question. You're taking over the world.
Okay. I'm a conqueror?
You're a conqueror, but you get to bring as much modern arms and force with you as you want.
From now.
From today, currently. Like you bring 2025 tech, you have as many troops and resources as you need. What time period are let's say Middle Ages, right?
You send me to the Middle Ages.
You're with as much tech as today at your disposal and arms. How many troops do you think you need to conquer the world using today's tech? So jet fighters, tanks, you get everything.
I wouldn't need all that. I don't think so anyway.
How much do you think you would need to?
I think if I had like a fucking drone fleet, I could probably like just through fear dominate I wouldn't even have to kill that many people.
Yeah, just kill the king. Be like,
yeah, like you do it once,
yeah,
and then you just fly your drone fleet over like cities and go like, you need to surrender now.
Yeah, even
if you have to do that, like and then like once you have a base of operations, you can economically dominate everyone and just be like the British.
Oh, see, I would think you would want to do it quick and just like
so what? I have to genocide populations?
No, not genocide, but like
do that.
But like, you just get like a couple. Like all right, I want an F-16 going to like Moscow. I want one going to like London. You know, and
Europe is fucked.
So
I'm taking Asia.
Any modern weapon.
Aunt G is like, your goal is to become emperor of every single piece of land on the planet.
Like, if you just introduced flying, anything that flies.
They fly now?
Yeah.
To the past before flight is even a dream.
They're going to think you're God?
Yeah, like you've already won. They just need to see that, you know?
Yeah.
And then, like, if you can, at command, like, that's why the drone is funny, because, like, you could just blow up a building.
Yeah.
Without anyone even like knowing what the fuck just happened, and I just go over. I'm like, look what I do. There's a hole in your city wall now.
But you also need to be protected. That's the thing.
You also need to nuke France.
All right, so what? Like I get like a squad of SWAT guys.
You have as many arms. Like
what do you want me to say?
No,
I've given you.
So you think one drone fleet you could take the entire planet?
I think you could probably do a very good job with a drone fleet. Explosions.
Could you take the entire planet with the current U.S. military power?
Of course.
All the Navy and...
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, when? In the Middle Ages?
Middle Ages.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You could probably do it with the fucking Iraq.
Unless your army gets the plague, and then you can't.
Yeah, that might be the one thing. Like, I don't know if the immunities of the modern man are the same as those.
You're like fucking the aliens in Independence Day or War of the Worlds.
Yeah, I think they were way harder like back then.
Can we like exist if the Black Death pops up? Like you and I, okay? I don't know. Well, maybe we are because there was the Black Death.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's find out.
You know, there was a case of it in London like this past week.
Yeah.
I did see that.
Yeah.
It's coming back.
Great.
There's a story Bri tells. It's really funny. So when him and Kevin Smith were working at
the Quick Stop,
one day Brian was supposed to cover for Kevin.
And did he show up?
And Kevin was supposed to show up to like relieve him at a certain point, and Kevin didn't show up because he was out getting comics with Walt. So Bri wrote, "Fuck this," and he wrote a note on the store, "Closed due to bubonic plague outbreak."
Oh no!
And he put it on the store, and he left.
That is very Randall.
And Kevin Smith like showed up, and like the cops were there, and like it was taken seriously.
Oh no!
Yeah, and like they were like investigating, and he got like really pissed at Bri. Well, Randall is
Who's the boss over there? Like, is there a manager?
The Toppers.
Guy who owns the place?
The Toppers.
Are they still own it today?
I believe they still own it, unless Kevin bought it or something. But yeah.
How come Brian didn't get fired?
It's the 90s, bro.
Yeah, you can get away with that shit. Anyway.
All right.
Email?
Yeah, I'll save this one. Hold on.
What would you do? How come Beaver didn't get to fucking say his thing?
Well, it was
I would
for
nuke
everybody.
France.
So the German solution.
Think about it. You nuke France, all those surrounding powerhouses, because that's where they were, know what's up. I just conquered Europe and I fixed a lot of problems.
I think I need 1,000 guys to every city on the planet.
That's a lot of guys.
With 3 F-16s.
For the whole world? 3?
Each squadron with 3 tanks.
Mongolians are going to be a huge
OP.
problem.
I want to be OP. I'm doing this. I'm becoming like God King of the planet.
Gonna kill everyone.
No, I'm going to have immense force until they surrender.
Mongolians are going to be tough.
They're done. They're getting killed.
They got bows and arrows.
Good luck when a tank's coming at you, buddy.
They might figure out a way. Life finds a way. You know who's not going to find a way? France, because they'll be nuked.
All right. This is from Ka Weld.
Heck yeah.
Another cow?
All right, here we
It's
go.
the same guy?
No, different Kyle.
Different.
Good day, gentlemen.
Good day, sir.
Big fan. Coming over from the Fun Bearable Boys and Tuesdays with Stories when Rupert has done his guest producing on occasion.
He's fat.
Yes,
he is.
I am. Your show has quietly been climbing my podcast ranks and now sits comfortably in my top 5 favorite shows.
Love a top 5.
Top 5. I would also say that I would also say that out of the many channels I follow, yours is one of the few that I've never failed to finish the entire episode.
Oh, thanks, man.
Wow.
I began listening around episode 120 and plan to go back and listen. But I want to know if you have any suggestions for me to go back and listen that were must-see apps.
Death Hunt.
Death Hunt. I think
42.
8 Men Out, I think is really good.
42.
The pre-video ones are underappreciated. I mean,
They do get underserved.
Yeah.
Just because...
Was Gangs that was video.
No, that was video,
Yeah. Gangs of New York is a good one.
Solid.
I've heard people tell me that the Titanic one is one of their favorites.
Titanic one is really good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like to sit here and go, our show is really good here and there,
Right,
but I just know what people say to me. The Titanic one I know is quite popular with certain groups.
I know the ones that I've went back and listened to, like sometimes, like
I like House of Gucci.
House of
Just because
Gucci.
I love talking about House of Gucci.
It's a historical.
8 Men Out, though, like that episode is so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Like, I think our two funniest episodes are probably that and Kill the Irishman, in my opinion.
Oh, wow. You're going that recently?
Oh.
I did Kill the Irishman. Especially the uncut version.
Well, yeah, you edited quite a lot out of that episode.
I was like in tears though, like editing it. I was like crying, laughing.
I think it was a little too spicy.
It was quite spicy, but yeah.
I'm not supposed to know that. I'm not supposed to know
we say it on the episode.
I know.
Yeah. So I think those are some standouts.
My
right?
wife made me retell the
Mitri?
No, not the Mitri. The story I told a million years ago on the show where I ripped my pants.
Oh,
Yeah.
the same.
That was the Joyeux Noel episode.
Yes, the same pants.
I was going to return.
I like the visuals of Alexander.
Alexander was a good one.
That
That
one's
was
good
funny.
too.
Yeah. So was Troy.
Troy, yeah.
We got some hits.
All right. So, the main reason for writing in is that I just finished the Ford vs. Ferrari episode. I've not seen the movie before, and after the ep, I now plan to check it out. Coincidentally,
I really like that movie, by the way, and I didn't get to talk about it, but
I thought the movie's really good.
you guys really missed the point of the film. I felt like.
Well, what is it?
Well, you were too busy in Le Mans.
Yeah. As a racer, he
It's
knows.
the story. Someone in the comments even said it, and I was like, "You're right."
What?
Like, because I was thinking the same thing. Is that it's the story of a mega corporation throwing money at something until they completely destroy like the small business that's good at one thing. It's really like they are not like the underdog.
They are the underdogs.
They're not the underdog.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Because they're Ford. It's these guys who, and they're being fought by
They're the biggest company on earth.
but they're being fought. The guys on the ground doing it are fighting the giant corporation to get it done.
Fucking Ferrari's making motors out of with his hands.
In a small cabin in Italy.
Yeah, but the other. It's about American might and American ingenuity.
It's about American domination through money.
Yes, and it's great because whenever we decide to become the best at something, we will
We
do
throw
it,
money at it.
and we get there. Do we get the job done or not? They won 4 fucking Le Mans in a row because we wanted to, and we were satisfied after that, and we never won again because we proved our point. We gave a
We can buy it if we want to.
Yes. That's our superpower. We're rich.
Bank.
Okay.
Movie's great though. Movie was a great movie.
He plans to check it out. Coincidentally, last night my wife and I watched Rush with Chris Hemsworth and Daniel Bruhl for maybe the 20th time. This might make a great pick for the show if you guys enjoyed Ford vs. Ferrari as much as it sounded like you did. As far as I can tell, it's fairly historically accurate. Rush is a movie I wanted to see since it was in theaters. I just never got around to it. And it's a movie that I want to do for the show
What's
eventually.
it about? I never heard.
It's racing.
It's racing. Chris Hemsworth plays a race car driver, and that's all I know. And Ron Howard directed.
Can we invite Chris Lodondo for this one? And when he comes on, be like, we invited you because you're racist.
Because he loves racing.
Because he loves racing.
He loves race.
Throw him a curveball.
Yeah. Keep doing what you're doing. Love the pod.
Yes, get him.
Would you say that was a critical race?
In theory.
In theory.
P.S. Opeth rules. I saw them in NYC several years ago for the 20th anniversary of Blackwater Park.
Oh my God, I wanted to go to that.
As well as 5 or 6 other times over the years. My favorite track is the last song on Heritage, Marrow of the Earth. Check it out.
Wow, that's a good one.
I like Heritage.
Heritage is not one of my favorites, but there's definitely good stuff on there. Yeah, I think that was the tour where they played all of Black Rose Immortal. My brother went to it. I wasn't there, though.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah. One time I went to go see them, and I went all the way to Manhattan thinking I was going to be able to buy a ticket at the box office. And they wouldn't let me. They sold out. I was so sad.
Ed thought he was in 1975.
Do you remember the time you and I went to go see Agalock, and we had no tickets? We were just like, we have to get in. We didn't give a shit.
Well, you weren't able to, like, get them online or something,
No, you
right?
could. We just didn't. Like, we waited too long. The show sold out, and we were like, we need to go and just try and get in. And what did we do? We got in.
Didn't we have to get it from, like, another record store down the block?
Other Music was a store in, like, St. Mark's or something. And we ran from someone on the line told us that they had tickets there. And we ran from the venue to Other Music, got the tickets, and ran back. And we made it in. It was fucking great.
That was an awesome show.
That was their first show ever in New York.
Yes.
Nice.
Is that the one where they had the exclusive LP you could only get if you saw them live? The vinyl?
No.
Are you sure?
I think that was when Faustian Echoes came out. We saw them in Williamsburg.
Ah, okay. Was that which was the one with the throat singing guy?
That one.
The first one?
The first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the throat singing guy. He just held the mic to his throat. And went, yeah, that was great.
That was one of the worst things I've ever witnessed at a show.
You don't like that?
It's terrible.
Why don't you like it?
Well, thanks everybody for the emails. If you want to email, you could send an email to reviewinghistorypod@gmail.com. Thank you. All right, guys.
Want to do some history time?
It's history time. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I got a nice little quick story of something I kind of didn't know about.
Okay.
All right. Have you ever heard of Peter the Eagle?
Peter the Eagle.
The Peagle.
Yeah.
No,
not a Peagle. Peter. You respect his name. So, you guys know about the coinage.
Do you know about Bonnie the cat?
I do.
No.
You do.
Do you know about the Coinage Act of 1792?
No.
I got a poster of it on my bedroom wall.
You would. So the Coinage Act is what backed the U.S. dollar. It said the U.S. dollar is now the official currency of the United States.
Okay.
And we're going to have coins that also back it up.
Oh, is this like what got rid of the Articles of Confederation money where every state had their own dollars?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, well, yeah, it's the silver dollar is now a thing.
Yeah.
And the
I only got one more silver dollar.
So it also sets down regulations of the denomination. So that sets the different coins that you use, and it's relevant today, right? Mm-hmm. And one thing about these coins is they have faces on them and other things. Mm-hmm. One is an eagle. So this eagle decided that it's going to stay in the actual place where they make the coins.
Now, hold on. You said the eagle decided.
You said a real life eagle.
A real life eagle.
Yeah.
Came into the coinage place.
And like just hung out there?
And hung out in the building.
Okay.
Not kidding. This is a real thing. Sorry. Hold on. Okay. So Philadelphia, where this actual building was created,
it's always sunny
is
there.
known. It's always sunny, but it's also known for a great spot to look at eagles.
Drug addicts
and drug addicts.
Kensington is beautiful this time of year.
So in 1830, the Mint Building, an eagle flies in.
Fresh.
Yeah. Flies in, starts flying around. And they're like, oh, it's just roosting. It's just chilling in the rafters and just hanging out around the place.
Okay.
And they're like, oh, this is a good omen, and we'll just leave it alone. Like sometimes some people might try to shoo it off, but it was very docile, very nice, and they just kind of like hung around people.
The founding fathers walk in with like a small dog, and fucking the eagle just.
You ever see when they make like little animals wear vests with spikes on them?
Yes. It's always so weird to me. Like you're walking your dog in fucking
in like Arizona. because coyotes come and eat your
On
chihuahua.
my block, I have like hawks that like circle around my house. Yeah.
Scary.
Well, vultures fly high; they circle over us all.
Nice. The vultures fly. All right. So every time the mint was closing down, somebody has to shoo the eagle out. So it's like, well, we can't just let it sit here.
Why not?
It's gonna crap on stuff. It might rip stuff apart. You can't. You got. It's a building.
Shoot.
So they shoo it out. But when they would reopen in the morning, it would be waiting outside. It didn't have a nest or anything. It just wanted to be in the building.
Oh shit!
It's that all of a sudden, everyone around Philadelphia
faded.
starts knowing about the eagle as it's flying around. It's like, oh, it's Peter. And he would go into the mint processing plant, and they would just hang out. It became like a symbol of
the town.
the town. Well,
They put him on a coin.
Yep.
no, not exactly. They did at some point. He was a sweetheart of the city. One day, sadly, in around 1836, he was perched up on equipment, either flywheel or a press, and the machine started by accident. His wing gets caught, and it breaks.
This is terrible.
Everyone is sad. They stop the machine. They get him down, and the whole building is trying to help this eagle. They honestly are. They're like, we need to save
This
Peter.
is Petey.
It's Petey. It's our boy. It's our mascot. We love him. Sadly, he succumbs to his injuries.
Oh.
However, they're like, we can't let him go. He's our best bud. Get a taxidermist here. They get a taxidermist, taxidermy the eagle. He's still there today after 150 years.
Sick.
Can you go see him?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to go see Petey the
You can
Eagle.
go see Peter the Eagle.
Imagine
Following
how
year-
great Philadelphia would be if it wasn't a shithole.
Right. Following year, they're designing that silver dollar coin and the cent coin, and they use Pete as the symbol of the coin. So every time you see a silver dollar or the cent coin from, I believe, 1837 or something like that, you're seeing Peter.
Wow.
Pete the Eagle.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I never heard that.
No, that's cool.
So it wasn't just a random eagle. He is the official mascot of like the coinage
mint.
of the United States, the mint of the United States.
They should
Philadelphia
make him the
Mint.
official Eagle of America.
Yeah.
What has he done to deserve that?
He was
other
just
than
a
sit in
chill
the building?
eagle. Yeah.
What is any eagle going to do to earn it?
It's not like he was protecting them. He was docile. He was
I don't know.
sitting
You
there.
ever see that fucking movie about
Lord
the
of the Rings.
CGI pigeons?
Oh, we spoke about it.
Yeah,
on,
it's not like he's winky. You know what I mean?
that. Could you imagine if we trained like attack eagles?
I mean, they say Frodo.
Let's do
I
it.
just watched Return of the King the other day.
You watched
Steve.
all three?
Yes, I have now
It was
officially
fantastic.
have watched all of the extended editions.
Really?
Yes,
Thanks for the invite, boys.
you wouldn't have came
Yeah, you never come
Why?
because you don't.
I'm
hang
never
out.
invited.
because you are.
Get
you
invited
don't
all
come.
the time. You never come.
When did you guys watch this?
Last Saturday,
I was
there
around.
he is.
He
You look sick.
looks fucking awesome.
I was around. I was alone.
Really?
Yep.
Were
You would have
working?
watched Return of the King with us?
Were you working?
Probably would have.
No, you wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
I probably
Stop
would.
lying. Stop lying.
We'll never know, will we?
We're not Chuck.
Yeah, you might be able to
Yeah.
pretend with other people. No one knows.
Wasn't invited. I would have watched Return of the King.
Yeah.
Did it make it better watching all the
Yes.
extended editions? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, they're better.
they actually are like great.
Did your rankings of them change?
Yeah. Well, I realized that I was thinking about that because obviously that's the conversation you have to
Yeah.
have. And I realized that my favorite Lord of the Rings movie is the last one I watched.
Whichever one.
Whatever the last one I watched is my new favorite.
So they're all equal. in
They're
your
all
eyes.
just amazing.
So Return of the King is your favorite.
I'm so
Right
into
now, yeah.
Lord of the Rings right now. Like you sometimes you leave it behind.
Yeah.
Now I'm back. I'm back, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't watch the Hobbits. Don't
The
do
Hobbits
it.
stink.
Yeah, don't
stink.
do it.
I'm not watching that. I was thinking about watching that stupid anime thing though.
War of the Rohirrim.
Yeah, Rohirrim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No interest.
Helm Hammerhand. Well, our friend Matt told me it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He loves Lord of the Rings. He's a huge.
I mean, who doesn't? I feel everybody does.
he's got 2 tattoos of Lord of the Rings, so that's the
Yeah, that's
that's
passion.
commitment. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Jimmy the hair guy's wedding ring.
I know he told me.
Yeah, it's
But-
the one ring.
It was
Isn't
just
that evil?
That's what I said to
Yeah.
him. He told he it was on one of those slasher schools. He told me that his wife he got his wife the one ring as their wedding ring. I'm like, that's not a good idea. That's like
No.
the embodiment of sin.
Yeah, see, I don't think he knows the story.
I was actually thinking about this today because the clip came up on YouTube of Gandalf refusing the One Ring, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't have it. It'll corrupt me.
Well, he doesn't say it.
No.
But basically,
He never touches it.
He says,
well,
"Don't touch
no.
me."
He says, I can't have it. Like when Frodo's trying to give it to him.
Right.
What does
Do not put that burden on me, Frodo. Yeah,
what does it do that would make, like, obviously
it would be in the hands of a very powerful
but the only
being.
thing it could do is make him turn invisible, right?
No.
No, that's mortal beings. They turn invisible.
Like, yeah, it could turn him invisible, but
Gandalf's a god.
it's like it would motivate him to do evil and like eventually deliver it to Sauron.
And he's too powerful.
Right.
Nobody
Like
would
imagine
stop him.
if like you get a Nazgul Gandalf.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
that'd be fucked up.
You're in deep shit.
Yeah.
It'd also be cool.
Like, and I was thinking about this as we were watching it. There's a part where Frodo gets all webbed up, right, by the Shelob.
Yeah.
And Sam rescues him, and he takes the ring, and you don't know it, but he puts it in his pocket. And then they capture, the orcs come, they take Frodo into Orthanc. Now, Sam just levels up like 15 times after he kills the Shelob.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's just
He's a badass
fucking up orcs.
He took out a tower of orcs.
I think that because he had the ring on him, it made him a better fighter. It made him more powerful.
But it doesn't make, like, Gollum any more powerful.
But maybe it did.
Yeah.
But Gollum is just like completely taken over by. He's an addict.
Yeah.
It's like the end result of like being addicted to the ring for so long.
Yeah.
You know?
Did it make Frodo a better fighter?
Maybe. We don't really see Frodo fight all that often, except in
Fought
Moria.
with the cave trolls.
Yeah, he fought in Moria.
And he wasn't that good.
Well, he got fucking. Thank God he had that mithril on.
That's Mithril. Mithril, it cost more than the entire Shire.
I know. It's crazy. Yeah.
Where were we?
I'll go.
Oh, history.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, my turn.
Your turn.
So I'm going with kind of an event that had giant ramifications. But I got to give some backstory first. Yes. History of Live Aid.
Bob Geldof.
We overpopulated a continent.
Yes.
And a lot of people
An
suffered.
entire continent is addicted to foreign aid.
A lot of people suffered from it.
What's Bob Geldof's big song, Easy Money?
No, I hate Mondays.
I hate Mondays. That's it. All right. So, is he the guy in the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's him. Right?
He is the wall.
He's pink. Yeah. All right. So, mine, we got to back. Yes, my struggle. So we got to backtrack a bit and talk about the history of wrestling, right?
What?
Mine is involved in wrestling. So I spoke before, early in the show, so I don't think it's like double dipping, but real quick, wrestling, as we know, started in Greco-Roman times, and eventually in England, they started catch wrestling, which was like submission holds and locks and things like that.
We talked
right?
about that a long time
ago. Yeah, that's why I'm doing a quick refresher to just talk about that.
Yeah.
Eventually, those guys, did it for a long time, and then they started realizing that in like the early 1900s, they realized that they could fix their fights, put on matches, nobody needs to get hurt.
Look in there.
What?
Okay.
What am I looking at?
I just want to see if you would do it.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
What?
That added a lot to the show.
I just wanted to see if you would do it.
Yeah.
I think you were showing me something. There's nothing in there.
Yeah, I thought like there was a
Fucking-
secret message in the bottom of his cup.
I was expecting like there's a bug and like nobody said anything. I was like, that's gross. Oh no.
You know what would have been great if he
it's
was
nothing.
like, if he was like looking there and you look and he squeezed hot coffee into your face.
There's nothing there.
And you're just burning. Ah!
I think it's gotcha.
I scalded you.
I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Pranks all day.
So wrestling, they start fixing their matches and they become pro wrestlers and things get more and more theatrical, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is in England?
This is in England. This is where it starts, and then it makes its way to America, catch wrestling, and then there's a divergence. And
When is this?
early 1900s,
Okay.
like 1920s, 30s, around there.
Okay.
So these guys end up, it becomes folk.
So it's like Cockney guys.
It's like, well,
I'm thinking like savage shit versus Bill the Butcher.
America
Yeah.
has it in like England has it in the 1800s, and America does too. But I'm kind of talking about later, like
Okay.
the later time period. I'm doing a brief thing.
Mhm.
So the styles diverge, and we get like the high school style wrestling, which we know, there's no submissions, but there's pins. And then we get the pro wrestling style. It all spins from that. But a couple of the guys who learned catch wrestling, Luthez, Carl Gotch are the main two. There's another guy that I'm forgetting. I think Billy Freeman. They go to Japan, right? And they start doing catch wrestling in Japan. And they're competing against judo guys and things
Sumo.
like that.
No.
Like judo.
Yeah, but what about sumo? They
Sumo
got
is
it
its
already.
own thing.
Yeah.
Sumo's not wrestling.
It's called sumo wrestling.
Yeah, but it's not. It's like pushing.
It is pushing.
Yeah.
Pushing.
So they start.
What about Yokozuna?
He's a pro wrestler.
What about Yoko Ono?
What about Rikishi?
Rikishi, do you know what his finisher was?
The butt.
No.
He'd rub his
Yeah.
fat head. I think his sons wrestle too.
Yokozuna's not alive.
I think Yokozuna's dead. He was very large. Do you know
Yeah.
what his finisher was?
No.
He would just sit on you. Like he would like jump from the ropes and put like his ass on your sternum and pin you that way. But so these guys go and they start teaching catch wrestling in Japan, and they're going against Japanese catch wrestlers, and they grow the sport there. So it gets deeply embedded into the styles there, right? There's like the 40s, 50s now where this happens. And you have people that they set up catch wrestling dojos, right? And it becomes like another martial art there that's huge. And this one guy comes out, Antonio Inoki. And
Antonio.
What a name.
yeah.
What is that? You know this bitch.
And Antonio Inoki ends up becoming like the best catch wrestler in Japan.
Okay.
And he starts a wrestling promotion in Japan called New Japan Pro Wrestling. And he's the champ and the biggest draw.
When is this?
New Japan Pro Wrestling. When did it start? In the 70s,
Okay.
right? And he's their champ. And they would sometimes do real matches, but mostly it's fake. But it looks a little better, right?
It is, fake.
So
Jerky voice.
yeah. So eventually he starts going to other disciplines, and he starts like going, I'm going to go against a karate guy.
Okay. Yeah.
And he like will use catch wrestling to beat a karate guy and to prove pro wrestling is dominant, right?
Mhm. Right. It's not though. It's not.
These matches are fake he's doing.
Yeah.
So now Muhammad Ali is older. We're getting into the 70s. He goes and does like a fixed fight in Japan, like Muhammad Ali, right?
He loses.
No, he wins. Like it was like a stage thing, like a pro wrestling thing with a different like company. And Antonio Inoki and him end up meeting. And Inoki has the idea. He's like, well, I'm fighting all these other things.
Mhm.
What if I
fought a black guy?
basically,
Yeah.
he's like, what if I fight Muhammad Ali? I'm the biggest star in Japan.
Right.
What if I fight Muhammad Ali? And
I don't think that it's the fact that he's a black guy.
No, it's just because he's the
He's
best
Muhammad
boxer.
Ali. He's like the best boxer ever.
Muhammad Ali is older at this point. And the way it's worded, it was unclear to Muhammad. Basically, he wants to do a real fight with Muhammad Ali. Well, actually, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. So they reach out to Muhammad Ali because there's confusion because they're both like going both ways almost.
His mama called him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
Mama called him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay. There's a little confusion, and they reach out about a fixed fight, and they want, because he's the bad guy, they want Antonio Inoki to win, right?
Oh, he's
And-
Japan, yeah.
And Muhammad Ali's people are like, if you go to Japan, even though it's fake, and you lose a fight, people now are going to think if you're fighting in America, you're doing dives and shit. You can't do a dive. So they still agree to the terms, but they work stuff out. And basically, they're like, okay, we're going to do like a pro wrestling style thing, right? and will have it go a certain way. Inoki, when he finds out that Ali doesn't want to lose, they counter with it's a real fight. And I guess the Ali camp didn't understand, and they agree to a real fight. Inoki starts training his fucking ass off. Like, he's like, I'm going to wrestle, and I'm going to fucking beat Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali gets to Japan. They sell out Budokan.
Okay.
Huge event, right? Just all these tickets. New Japan Pro Wrestling is going to be like the biggest thing in Japan after this.
Right.
People are going to see it worldwide. Vince McMahon Sr. buys out Madison Square Garden, and you can go buy.
All right.
Yeah, you can go buy a ticket to watch this fight
in Japan
in Madison Square Garden. Like it's closed circuit.
Okay.
I guess cable really isn't a thing yet.
Close second.
Right,
So,
international stuff,
but it's going to be on a bunch of TVs and stuff. It was estimated that almost 1 billion people are going to watch this, which is a crazy number.
for that
I think
time,
that's probably a fake number. But regardless, this fight's going to happen. Ali gets there, and he's like, why is Inoki not... Like, he goes over because he thinks they're going to wrestle. He's like, hey, how you doing? What's up, buddy? And I don't know why he's Elvis. But Inoki...
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah. Inoki, like, won't look at him. And Inoki's, like, just hitting the pants. Like, I'm going to fuck up Ali. And Ali is like, what the hell is going on?
He doesn't know.
And his camp finds out that this is a real fight.
So who wins?
Hold on. Because there's...
You can't fight.
So now Ali is like... He's in a position. Like, okay, I haven't trained for a fight.
But it's a little Japanese guy.
He's not. Oh, Inoki is huge.
No.
Oh, is he?
He's
Inoki's a catch wrestler. They're fucking scary.
And Antonio Inoki, I'll tell you how tall he was, but I think he was like 6'3". Like he's like a really big guy.
Okay.
He's 6'3".
Muhammad Ali's gonna get his ass kicked.
Oh yeah.
Well, this guy can grapple. Like if he takes Ali down,
it's over.
It's over. And like he knows how to punch. He knows how to kick. Like he knows like more shit. Ali can just punch.
Right.
So Ali's camp says, we're going to fly home. We're going to cancel the fight. This is going to fuck shit up for Inoki.
It's going to fuck up shit for everybody.
Everybody's going to lose. No one's going to come out looking good. And it also kind of looks like Ali is scared of him, right?
Yeah.
Because he is.
Well, yeah.
Right.
So they come up with all these stipulations. Inoki's not allowed to grapple. He can punch.
They're going to have a boxing match.
He can kick.
Kickboxing.
But he can only kick if one knee is on the ground.
What?
Yeah. He can throw grounded kicks.
What, like if you press down and circle while you're playing Tekken?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. He can do like that.
He can't have any force behind the kick.
Yeah. And so he can't
I wouldn't agree to
he
this.
Can't head kick or anything. Well, what's Inoki going to do? It's his promotion.
You have to fight.
He can't imagine you sell out Budokan and then you have to cancel the day before. It looks terrible.
It's also a little interesting that Muhammad Ali's camp didn't ask any questions of like, hey, who's going to win this? Like nothing was ironed out of the fake fight.
It was like it was
really stupid.
It was like a big.
How did all this promotion happen around them without them noticing?
Right. 1 billion people are going to see it, and nobody decided who's going to win.
Didn't he have a team of like those black guys, like in Rocky?
Rocky had a team.
No, in Rocky did. The other guy did.
Apollo Creed.
Yeah. So say that.
Well, that's
they sat in that boardroom.
Well, yeah, but I guess when you're dealing with a language barrier who knows. And, they probably were misunderstanding.
How did Vince McMahon's dad figure this out? Well, I got my ear to the ground.
It doesn't matter for him. He's just a guy showing it in America. None of this matters for Vince.
Yeah.
I'm just renting out the gardens to show this to you.
And make money off.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just wetting my beak a little.
Yeah, but if it's canceled, he loses out too.
Well, he would get fucked, but it's not in his hands, He has no part. So, obviously, this is a big fucking deal.
That's what Joe Biden said to Barack Obama.
Yes, it is. This is a big fucking deal. The most expensive seat cost 300,000 yen. And also in New York.
300,000?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's like $50.
Yeah. And in New York, I got to say this. Oh, it wasn't Madison Square Garden. It was Shea Stadium. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Oh, that's so much different.
That's way bigger.
Yeah. I'm wrong. So, yeah.
It's not as expensive.
It was like 33,000 people in Shea Stadium. So, it's a lot of people.
It's cheaper, though, right?
No.
Wow.
It's
a
not
lot.
cheaper to show something at Shea Stadium as opposed to Madison Square Garden?
Dude, Shea Stadium's like 3 times the size of Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, but it's Madison Square Garden. It's the name and the location.
Yeah, but
It
it
probably
still
costs
is in
more.
New York. Like the Beatles played there, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's a big deal. It's huge, right?
What happens?
Well, that's why I got. So now the fight happens. It's the day of the fight. Inoki, also Andre the Giant's involved. Andre the Giant puts on an exhibition before the match in New York, going against Chuck Wepner, who fought Muhammad Ali. And Chuck Wepner is the guy Rocky's based on, as an aside. They did like an exhibition-like match in New York. But the match happens. Now, what's Inoki going to do? He can't grapple.
Right.
He can't box with Ali. He's not retarded.
Right.
And he's not allowed to kick him
Leg kicks.
unless he's down. He can't leg kick unless his knee is down.
Yeah, but that's what this guy did.
So what he does is he flops to his butt
Yeah.
and he scoots around on his butt, throwing kicks at Ali from his butt,
Yeah.
kicking Ali's knees and legs
He'll fall.
the entire fight. Just chopping him down. 15 rounds of this.
That's
I've-
amazing.
I've watched the entire fight.
It's got to be amazing.
Who won?
It's the most boring thing ever, but it's great. So, let me ask you a question. How many punches do you think Muhammad Ali threw in 15 rounds of fighting?
A lot.
No, probably very little. Maybe 2.
Remember, this guy's on his butt.
He's on his
Why,
ass, you
why
can't-
can't he punch him?
Because you can't punch down.
What's he would have to get
Is
low.
he Jerry Seinfeld? He can't punch.
Because if he gets low, he gets a kick to the. He gets kicked.
Oh.
If he gets low and tries to grapple with him, Inoki's just gonna
He's gonna get him.
get him.
Uh-huh.
Ali can only
He can
win
only
if
run.
they're
So what, do
boxing.
they just move around?
Yes. And Inoki proceeds to kick the shit out of Ali's knees and legs for 15 rounds as Ali stands there. He threw a total of 6 punches the entire fight. 15 rounds of this. Everybody in Japan, and here's the thing with Japan and sports people don't realize. When you watch a sport outside, in baseball, they do like chants and singing in Japan. But when you watch like a professional fight, a professional wrestling,
Silence.
it's silence
Yeah.
because they believe that they must show respect to the athletes inside.
Right.
And in America, they chant or whatever, but in Japan, it's dead quiet.
Right.
So even they're like booing and throwing shit because who the hell wants to watch a guy scoot on his ass for 15 rounds like he's a dog that took a shit on the floor? So
So Muhammad lost.
it ends in a draw because technically I think Inoki should have won, but what can you do? After this, this is the first mixed martial arts fight
Great.
Wow.
Yeah.
because it's catch wrestling against boxing. Muhammad Ali had to go to the hospital for blood clots in his legs.
So I think he lost.
Yeah.
This is basically the end of his career. He never had good movement again,
Uh-huh.
which was always like one of his things.
Yeah.
And he loses like
moves like a butterfly.
yeah, I think he
Not
loses
anymore.
like his next 6 fights. He has 6 fights after this, and he's done.
He would have been better
Now
off
he moves
just
like a
getting
wasp.
taken down and submitted.
Yeah,
He would have been better off. He wouldn't have lost motion in his legs.
I don't think his ego though would have allowed,
Yeah.
and like I think the American audience would have like been like stunned.
Mhm.
Stunned, but then you would have had way more mixed martial arts fights early
Oh,
on.
I think grappling
It
in
would've
a.
been
I think
huge.
if Muhammad Ali like actually grapples him and gets
Yeah.
tapped out, I think grappling in America
is the thing.
is spikes overnight in
Oh, yeah,
1970. You know,
Yeah.
like instead of the karate craze, there's the grappling craze.
Yep.
But obviously, this is a big event. It's influential to people, and now others get the idea to mix sports, to have other things compete against each other, boxing and wrestling and things like that.
Baseball and football.
Yeah. Now that would be fun. You get the ball, you just fucking run through a guy at first.
Wasn't that the plot of that South Park guys
Basketball,
movie?
yeah.
But this leads eventually to MMA and Sakuraba and all that shit.
Another catch
Wow.
wrestler, huh?
This catch wrestling,
Gracie
you know,
Killer.
yeah, this becomes the thing in Japan, and that's, you know, the story of the first mixed martial arts fight.
Cool. What a story tomorrow.
Fun.
I enjoyed that. That was
Yeah, that's
good.
cool. And what do you got?
Oh, okay. I want to talk about the Dacian Wars.
Okay.
I'm going
The
a
what
bit off the
wars?
beaten path from where you guys were.
The Dacian?
The Dacian Wars. yeah.
Dacian.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ever hear of this?
No, I
Oh.
think so.
I don't know it.
Okay.
Has anyone?
Yeah.
When's this from?
First century. First century AD.
You're going way back.
Yeah. So the Roman Emperor Domitian,
Loved Domino's.
the pizza or the game?
Both. It
Probably.
was named after.
Yes, he named himself.
This
that.
isn't Trajan?
I'll get to Trajan.
Okay.
Okay. So Domitian, he's kind of a stickler. Not really one of the good emperors. Micromanager type guy. But he's getting the empire is being raided by a guy named Decebalus in Dacia. Dacia is out east. It's
Where?
modern day Romania.
Okay.
Okay.
So
we're-
gypsies.
yeah, kind of. No, they're like from the Far East.
Okay.
But yeah. So he sends 3 legions into Dacia to try and defeat Decebalus, and he loses.
Decebalus is such a cool name.
That is a good name. Decebalus is like
The
a
inventor
military.
of decibels. He discovers sound.
No. He's like a military strongman, tribal
Discoveries.
leader guy. He's kind of like the first guy who's able to kind of tame that region. He's like
Like a Mongol
you could
guy.
compare him to like a Ba'athist today, like a Saddam.
Okay.
Like he's just like keeping the
Order.
craziness. Like he's gotten them together and put some order there. Like that region's just a fucking
Yeah.
hellhole, right? So Domitian's solution to this problem is why don't we just pay him off? So they start sending money to Decebalus and make him an official ally of Rome. And his job is to like be a buffer state between the tribes that they really don't like that are further north, like the Goths and all those people, the Germanics.
A buffer. Like that's why you need.
Buffers.
That's why you need your parents in Florida while you're in New York. So you have all those other states as a buffer to keep your distance.
My parents are in Florida. I'm in New York.
Well, the other states are a buffer. You got to have a buffer.
Oh, that's Seinfeld. I thought you were doing Home Alone.
No.
You know, the joke was so bad, I think I instinctually knew it was Seinfeld. I was like, there it is.
So Domitian dies. He's succeeded by Nerva. Nerva's an old man.
It's a good name, too.
Nerva's big contribution to history is that he adopts Trajan. Now, Trajan is one of the most celebrated emperors in Roman history.
Yeah.
He's a legend. After his reign, all future emperors will be
Compared to him.
well, when they get elevated to being the emperor, they get a ceremonial prayer that says, "May he be as lucky as Augustus and as good as Trajan." So
Doesn't he have like some Roman name that means like the best of the best or something like that?
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's like an honorific. So Trajan is a military man. He's a master of logistics. Like, he's the best at logistics.
Yeah.
And, military people will tell you that amateurs think about strategy, masters think about logistics,
Uh-huh.
or professionals think about logistics is really the quote. He's on the Rhine, and when he becomes emperor, he doesn't go back to Rome right away.
Okay.
He's like, I want to survey the territories and make sure everything's
Know what
on
I'm
the
dealing
up.
with.
So when he makes his way to Dacia, he realizes that the money that Rome has been sending to Decebalus is being used to build fortifications pointed at Rome. So Decebalus is essentially
Prepping.
preparing to do war, to make war on Rome. Or in the case if Rome decides to make war on him, he's ready for them. He's building all kinds of forts and things. So Trajan takes note of this. He doesn't have the army with him right now to do anything about this. So he goes back to Rome, has all these, the ceremonies. He has I'm the new emperor. Nice to meet you. Makes nice with the Senate. The Senate love him.
He's the Optimus Princeps.
Optimus Princeps, yes. and he works with the Senate for the first, like, the Senate can be ignored because they really don't mean
the
anything.
Senate.
But he makes them feel good about themselves, so they love him, and they do. He's much more hands-off than, like, the recent emperors.
Senate, you are so cool and
Yeah.
totally not that.
Right.
Wow, he's the best.
So he asks them permission to invade Dacia. He's like, I got to do something about this before it gets done to me. And they grant it to him. So he goes to Dacia with 4 legions. And
How many men is that roughly?
Oh, quite a lot. That's
Thousands,
like
I think.
40,000.
Okay,
Look
that's
it
a
up.
lot.
I don't know exactly. But remember, the problem here is that he doesn't trust Decebalus. It's not that he's trying to conquer the territory outright.
A Roman legion typically consisted of 5,000 to 6,000 soldiers.
Okay, so close to 40,000,
Yeah.
not quite. So he crosses the Danube, and he brings with him a guy named Apollodorus. Apollodorus is a Syrian, which is part of Rome. He's from Damascus. His name is Apollodorus of Damascus. He is one of the most celebrated engineers of all time.
Really?
Yes, and you'll see why in a minute.
Okay.
They cross the Danube, which is like the natural border, and he attempts to take down Apollodorus, and it doesn't work. They fight these grueling battles where both sides are getting hammered and like just tons of blood. And Decebalus's fortifications do their job.
They hold.
Yeah. So rather than letting this play out to its logical conclusion, Decebalus actually approaches Trajan and wants to surrender. So he makes peace with him. And part of the stipulations of that peace is that he has to destroy the forts. He has to give up some territory and make some sort of tribute.
Uh-huh.
So Trajan goes back. And while he's back in Rome, Decebalus bides his time. He was essentially doing a stall tactic.
Yeah.
He's like, okay.
Relax. Come on, guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have WMDs. Come on. Yeah. He's Saddam.
So
in the South
Decebalus
Park movie.
starts using the local tribes to just raid Roman territory and just be a dick.
It's not me.
Yeah, right.
I'm not responsible for
Yes.
ISIS. This is just happening. Yeah.
So once Trajan gets wind, he's like, enough's enough. I got to take care of this guy. So, before he went back to Rome, he has Apollodorus build a bridge. It is called Trajan's Bridge. It is the longest bridge built in human history for 1,000 years after it.
Oh, wow.
It's the first ever bridge to cross the Danube. It's a wonder of the ancient world. It's got guard houses on both sides. And essentially it's there to say, don't fuck around. We can come back whenever we want.
Yeah.
Uh,
Is it still up?
It was torn down by the Romans about 300 years later because the Emperor Aurelian, this is during the crisis of the 3rd century.
Yeah.
I think it's a very bad time for Rome. But Aurelian decided that Dacia was too difficult a territory to defend from the northern tribes that he just abandoned it. So he destroyed the bridge and abandoned the territory.
It's like whatever happens,
never to
to
be
you happens.
reconquered.
Yeah.
And the Roman people that live there are the
Descendants.
Romanians.
Ah, okay.
So he builds his bridge, right? Trajan comes back, more legions with a mind to just destroy. So they do like a blitzkrieg. They attack multiple cities at the same time. Trajan himself personally leads the assault on the Dacian capital. Can't get through the city walls. So now they have to lay siege, and they realize that there's aqueducts that lead into the city to supply it. They destroy the aqueducts and essentially starve them.
The classic siege tactic.
Right. It works. Decebalus tries to flee. He gets hunted down by Roman agents and murders. He kills himself just before he
Gets
is
caught.
captured because he knows.
The old Hitler.
Yeah. So they cut his head off and send it back to Rome. He'll be put on display. Now, Dacia has the best gold mines in Europe, at least at this time.
Oh, okay.
And it is a huge boon to the Romans for going forward. All of Rome's military will be funded by Dacian gold.
It's like you
just won the jackpot.
Yeah.
On top of that, and this I always found interesting. Decebalus, he controls the gold mines for years and years.
Yeah.
He has a giant treasure hoard. and he's hidden it under a river. He had a river diverted, buried the gold, like a mountain of gold.
That's pretty fascinating.
And then let the river rush over it again.
Yeah.
Now, this never would have been found, but one of Decebalus's generals, in order to win favor with Trajan, goes to him and tells him where it is.
How did the guy know?
He just knew. He was probably there when they dug it.
Yeah, he's probably in charge of it.
So Trajan has a personal treasure hoard that he brings back to Rome. They use all this money, Apollodorus, to just go wild in Rome, and they want a building frenzy.
Yeah.
They build the giant new forum, which you've definitely seen before the forum is still standing.
Yeah, you could build everything.
And then
Fancy columns.
Yeah, well, that's the final achievement is Trajan's column. It's one of the most famous like Roman things in the city right now. Today, still standing. Trajan's column, it's a freestanding column. It's like 60 feet high, and it's got sculpture all over it that tells the stories of Trajan's wars.
Yeah.
Like,
now, is it true you refer to your erection as
Trajan's column? Yes.
It's just as thick.
It was originally topped with a statue.
And actually has the story of the entire history of Rome on his cock.
Mike Duncan. I have just a tattoo of Mike Duncan's face. But yeah, there's a statue of Trajan at the top of it for many years, but it was torn down and replaced with St. Peter at some point.
That's who's up there now?
Yeah, that's my story. The Dacian Wars.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The story about the gold
Very cool.
is very cool.
That could be a movie.
Yeah, the guy who told him
Yeah.
is like, a part of him was like, if I just wait,
He could have got it.
I could come back and get this shit and be like, one of the richest guys in Rome.
Better to be in good favor, though. Because if you're caught doing it and not saying anything.
Do you think he got a little? I like to think.
I'm sure he got
I hope
some.
Trajan hooked him up
He
with
got a
something.
little
Yeah.
some. I'm sure his life was good. Just a little taste, nothing crazy.
Just want to wet my beak.
A
Yeah.
little dip a toe in.
That's cool, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dacian
interesting.
Wars.
That's an interesting story.
All right. Pick time?
Pick time.
All right. I'll go first.
Yep.
I am going to pick the Iron Claw. And we have a guest coming in. TV producer of shows such as Comic Book Men. The one and only Brian Nichelle.
Sweet.
Yep.
Should be fun.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. All right.
The Iron Claw.
Ant, what are you going to pick?
We're doing, what the fuck was it called? The Last King.
The Last King.
It's a Norwegian film.
Yes, it's on Amazon Prime for you guys in the
Oh, in
States.
Norway, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
A little cold.
Brr.
Cold
We
there.
are from Norway.
We are from Sweden.
I'm from Norway.
Remember that guy? One time we were walking, we went to Wohop in Manhattan, and it was like 3 a.m. probably, and
Very
we're walking
late.
back to the car after we ate, and this fucking random Norwegian dude just hammered, just starts yelling at us. I'm from Norway. Where's the party?
Hey, where's the party? Hey.
He
goes, "Where are
I go,
you?"
where you from? Oslo?
How'd you know? Have you been there? Nobody's been there. And has a perfect response.
He goes, no, but I've been to the zoo. It's just nonsense. And the guy's like, what?
Wow, okay, you guys are busy. I get it. Mind you, he's dressed like the lead singer of Journey. He's in a full white outfit, long curly hair, and open chest hair. It's fantastic.
I'm from Norway.
Quoted that a lot.
Where's the party?
Where's the party? I'm going to pick something that we don't really touch upon.
Yeah.
Gorillas in the Mist.
We were never talking about gorillas in the mist.
I always think that.
Well, we never talk about wildlife as in the movies. Like besides Big Year.
You just talked about the fucking eagle.
Big Year. Well, animals.
Yeah.
Animals as leaders.
I'll tell you something funny. I always thought Gorillas in the Mist.
I thought it was about gorilla fighters.
So you did too?
Yeah, I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, I didn't know it was about.
You didn't know it was about actual gorillas?
No.
Well, it's about the person.
I thought it was GU.
So did I.
Oh my god.
I thought it was like gorillas in like South America. Yeah.
There's gorillas in the mists.
It's about
Don't
Diane
go out
Fossey.
I didn't know that.
The only thing I know about Diane Fossey is what John Hammond says. I think she's Diane Fossey. Remember that in Lost World?
It's an interesting story. I never seen the movie, but I know the story. So
I don't know anything about that. I thought it was about gorilla fighters.
I picked it for a reason.
That
Okay.
gorilla knows where the city of Singe is.
Mr. Hamoka. Stop eating
my
me,
sesame
sesame
cake.
cakes.
Do you think Congo will be brought up in the episode?
I think Planet of the Apes is going to be prevalent.
So I started watching the show AP Bio.
Oh, with the guy from It's
Dennis
Always
from
Sunny.
It's Always
Yeah.
Sunny. Yeah, I was doing my grades. I just needed something on, so I started watching that.
That's okay.
They did something really funny with Congo where their teachers are throwing a prom for the kids, right? It takes place in high school. And the principal's like a dork. It's Patton Oswalt. And
Fucking hate him.
and they're trying to decide a theme to throw for the kids.
Congo?
And he demands a Congo themed prom for the kids. And I just think that is so fucking funny.
That's something I would come.
Yeah, it's like a 30-year-old B movie that nobody remembers or talks about. And he demands
We talk
that
about Congo a
we
lot.
do, yeah. But do you think the kids want a Congo themed prom?
Did they show the Congo theme?
Yeah. Yeah, I think if I remember, he's dressed like a gorilla.
Bad gorillas.
Yeah.
Remember when she makes the laser out of the diamonds?
Great.
Amazing.
Laura Linney.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Let's head out of here.
Guys, on Patreon this week, Side Scrollers, a new one on the Patreon, patreon.com/reviewing history, a new Side Scrollers, Super Mario World Part 4. Will me and Ant finally complete it, or will we give up completely? Only one way to find out.
It took 4 tries?
4 episodes.
Oh my god.
You guys are horrible.
It's only 4 hours, though, if you think about it.
You're still both bad.
So,
You should feel bad.
so that comes out this week. Are you okay?
I got to shit.
Just
Go shit.
I'm waiting for you to finish.
Why?
I don't know.
It's
Just
just gonna
go
focus
shit.
on him.
Yeah.
Just say bye.
Bye.
We're keeping that in.
Yeah. He's like standing there, like doing like
You know
a
what's
dance.
gonna be great? Like he's not gonna come.
Am I?
Yeah, everything's good. He almost
Yeah.
took out the lights.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right. So
he's not gonna come back. He's gonna be missing the next 4
Slept.
episodes again. He's gonna go on fucking Second Crusade.
we already had Crusade. What about Second
Second
Crusade?
Crusade.
All right. Do you think Get Him is going into the bathroom too? Just tap his toe.
He's gonna
into
tap his toe in the stall, and we're gonna find out things that we didn't want to know. You know?
Is it a blumpkin? I know it's a blumpkin when you get your dick sucked and you're taking a shit.
Yeah.
Is it a blumpkin if you're sucking a dick while taking a shit?
Yeah. It's the act is the.
As
Blumpkin.
long as it's taking place?
Yeah. Like you could either receive a blumpkin or
Or
you could give a blumpkin.
Okay.
In Ant's case, he's gonna be giving. What?
A
Which I don't know,
cocksmack.
Yeah, it's an,
No, blumpkin is when
No.
you get a blowjob when you're taking a shit.
but that's from like Harold and Kumar.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time I heard it.
ZJ?
If you don't know what a ZJ is, you can't afford it. But that's Beer Fest.
Yeah. All right. Guys, please like, subscribe, share, tell a friend. It's the only way the show can grow. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Read a comment. We'll read out some funny ones. It's the only thing that can help the show grow. We need your help. We're doing everything we can. The more people that listen, the more cool shit we could do.
Yeah.
And the more we can get together for cool Patreon stuff with the three of us.
We want to start making like real movie stuff at some
some
point.
short content. I want
Yeah.
to do a sketch show because I think a sketch show would be good because we could do it in pieces.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you could shoot a
Yeah.
sketch one day, take a break, and then do another one. But
Yeah, I like sketch shows.
guys, like, subscribe, share. Our Review History Pod on Twitter, Reviewing History Pod everywhere else. Patreon.com/reviewing-history. Thank you to Tell 'em Steve, Dave, Brywalt, Q, Get 'em, last record down in the studio. We greatly appreciate it. Follow me personally on all social media at Brian Rupert. That's with 2 P's. Follow me on Letterboxd. I rank and review every single movie I watch, even the ones in my personal life. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time. Bye.
XXXVII.